available at the A4M service area. I would now ask Dr. Goldman to join us back on stage, and I would like to actually introduce Dr. Robert Goldman, who is the chairman of the board of the A4M and the World Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. And Dr. Goldman is perhaps the individual who is most responsible for the international growth of preventive medicine. Dr. Goldman has brought anti-aging medicine to the world, and through his cooperation and his partnering with the International Olympic Committee and the International Federation of Bodybuilders and the International Medical Commission, Dr. Goldman has been instrumental and has been a true diplomat and delegate for the A4M in bringing our message worldwide and gaining great amounts of support from universities and from governments worldwide. And so now A4M and anti-aging medicine in particular is an international movement. We are an international medical society. Our programs are being taught around the world. We're doing 30 conferences like this all over the planet, and much of that is due to the incredible efforts and tireless efforts of Dr. Goldman. As a matter of fact, he is a world-class athlete. He holds several world strength records, and it's perhaps his endurance as a world athlete and as a strength athlete that has allowed him to work so tirelessly on behalf of us all and on behalf of humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Dr. Robert Goldman, chairman of the A4M.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Klatz. You know, some of you, since you're new to the Academy, you should know a bit about our beginnings. We started with 12 doctors. Our original birthing was really from the field of sports medicine. As you know, in sports medicine, when we want to develop a world champion athlete, and having been in every Olympic Games for the last 20 years, I have a lot of experience. And I also oversee the International Medical Commission, which is over 180 countries. We're up to 184 countries in our sport federation. So when we want a world champion, we look for the best physiologists, endocrinologists, trainers, weightlifting coaches, and so on. And we put the best of each of these specialties together to form a world champion. Well, in medicine, we weren't doing that. We just kept waiting for things to break and then fixing them, and break and fix them. It's sort of like the government. You know, they wait for things to break, and you see what happens when you don't fix things. You really break. Well, in 1992, we flew 12 physicians to Chicago, all specialists in different areas, anesthesia, endocrinology, plastic surgery, internal medicine, and so on. And we all sat around for a week, and we said, we need to come up with a new specialty in medicine. We need to change the paradigm of the wait for it to break and then try and fix it form of medicine. We, in essence, need an advanced preventative medicine that works, medicine that's practical, that works, that our patients are willing to go to great lengths to cooperate with a physician to develop a program that's specialized and just perfect for them. And so we started the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine with 12 doctors. We had our first conference in 1993. We had 35 people and 2 booths, very successful. We've come a little bit ways since then, and now, as Dr. Klatz had mentioned, we're over 22,000 members, well over 100 nations, and so the growth has been quite prestigious. We now deal with the highest level of government, and fortunately through the many years of dealing with governments in China and India, everywhere through Southeast Asia and Australia, working with the Olympic groups, we now have direct entree to the ministers of health, ministers of sport, major medical universities around the world. We have master's degree programs that have already been started at major medical institutions all over the world. There are physicians enrolled in these programs as full-time students in places like Udayana University in Indonesia. At this conference, you're going to see it's truly an international event. You will run into people from over 60 countries here. I've already seen several dozen countries' representatives, and we sort of formed A4M like you would a series of national governing bodies in the Olympic movement. You have delegates who are heads of different nations, and they then begin to hold conferences in their countries, thereby introducing this new specialty of anti-aging medicine to the people in their particular nation. So it's been a very exciting growth, not easy, very difficult, because there are a lot of old-timers who want to leave medicine broken as it was. But we know from the way things are changing with insurance reimbursement, with the way that patients look at physicians, that we need to become really superstar doctors. We need to be better than the typical physicians out there. And as part of that protocol, we've developed a series of board certifications and fellowship training programs. We have board certification through the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, through our American Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, and thousands of doctors have already gone through these Boards Part 1 and Boards Part 2 certification programs and proudly display their certificate diplomas all over the world. And in fact, they usually make sure I see their office and their diploma on the wall. Then we have the American Board of Anti-Aging Health Practitioners for ancillary professionals in other areas of medicine that are not prescribing, like chiropractors and other PhD and other ancillary professionals. Then we have the American College of Anti-Aging Sports Professionals. Since our birth was in sports medicine, we've come back strongly to our roots and are now training, because the trainers and the sports facilities are a great referral source back to physicians, and physical medicine rehabilitation and training are a critical part of everyone's health and fitness as well as anti-aging program. Probably one of our most successful series of programs has been our fellowship training programs, where it's a very intensive series of 8 modules taught by experts all over the world, and that has been our most rapid area of growth, is our fellowship training program. And in fact, this Sunday we will have a pinning ceremony where we gold pin and provide the diplomas to those physicians that have gone through board certification parts 1 and 2 and become board certified, and then have completed their 8 levels of fellowship training program, and that ceremony will occur on Sunday. We also have a fellowship training program in aesthetic medicine, because we recognize the importance of cosmetic and aesthetic procedures, and that is ongoing at our coursework over this weekend as well. We also have the World Council on Clinical Accreditation, where we actually accredit clinical facilities, because when a patient needs to make a decision who they should go to, by going to a WACA-approved clinic, they know that the physicians involved there have gone through fellowship training, they've gone through board certification, they are much more qualified in the field of anti-aging and regenerative medicine, and that's really the clinic that they should choose over the others. And all of these informational aspects you can get at the A4M service